Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Mortal Kombat player. And this video is all about Sorcerer Quan Chi, a full guide to runes and stealing meter and armored 50/50s. Before we get into it though, I just want to apologize in advance for my breath. I just had some garlic chicken and some garlic asparagus and it was very good. Oh yeah, I guess that's the nice thing about the internet is you can't smell it. Anyways, today we're talking about Sorcerer Quan Chi, and I'm going to give you a quick overview. There's going to be a couple different sections here. I'm just going to go for a basic overview of the character, then I'm going to go into how to set up your actual armor portals and stuff, and then I'm going to go into talk about each individual portal and what they do and what kind of uses I've found for them, and lastly I'm just going to give an overall general strategy for the characters. So, starting out here, we're going into just the overview. So in my personal opinion, this is the easiest variation of Quan Chi to pick up. There's a couple combos here that are fairly, about medium I'd say, execution, with great rewards. You get the armor circle here, you can stand in, and basically it gives you one hit of armor no matter what you do. So you can do this string here, if they block it you get a hit of armor if they try to attack afterwards. You could do zoning, you could just do rush down in the corner. You can basically do whatever you want. So you just do one combo and set up the runes. Then he also gains this rune here which steals their meter, which I'll show you here. So you can see their meter bar there. He's still about 1.5 bars a meter from that. And different moves steal different amounts of meter, like just like the regular one. He steals about 1/2 a bar, a little under, maybe about 1/3 of a bar. Yeah, looks about right, about 1/3 of a bar. Whereas the trance steals 2/3 of a bar, just by itself. And then the skull, only about 1/3 of the bar. And then you have the chip rune, which enhances the chip damage that they do on block. So let's see if I can set them up here. As always, so let's do standing 2 does 0.6%. I put them in the portal. Now it does 1.8% chip. So you see how that's quite a big difference. 0.6, 1.8. So it enhances your chip, and I'll talk about that one at the end. I'm basically going to talk about all three of them in order of how important I think they are to his game plan. So I'm going to go into the first one here, my first little section, which is how to actually set it up. So there's 3 basic combo starters that Quan Chi has. The first one I'll talk about is the forward 2-1-2-2, which is a basic one. It doesn't really have a mix-up in it. It's a mid-starting one, but it's his main punish string for anything that's super unsafe, or if you want to break somebody's armor on a wake-up attack, you could use that one as well. Once you kind of get the string down, you'll find that you actually use it a lot more than you think it would for a string that doesn't have a mix-up in it. So let's go ahead, and I have all these combos recorded because I don't want you to sit here and watch me try and do all the combos for 5 minutes, because I always seem to drop them when I try and do the guide. So forward 2-1-2-2, standing 4 trance, jump and punch, forward 2-1-2-2, 1-4-1. 34%, you get the free armor setup at the end. So you'll see that's similar to how the Summoner Quan Chi combos worked, as I talked in my Summoner Quan Chi guide, if you're interested in learning that. You want to end all of your combos in 1-4-1. Ending your combos in 1-4-1 allows you to get a free armor portal, or a rune chip portal, or a purple portal, or whatever one you want. So that's the basic strategy when you're doing combos with Sorcerer Quan. Next combo you'll see is off of his low starter here, and that's his back 3-2-4, standing 4 trance. And you just do the regular standing 4, because if you do anything else before that, the little 1-4-1 at the end becomes extremely difficult to hit, and in some cases impossible. So you want to do the least amount of hits before the trance as possible to keep them in the air for that 1-4-1 afterwards. So that's a low starter. That low starter is unsafe though if they block it, so just keep that in mind. I believe it's -14, so you can get punished for it. Last starter that you have here is this forward 4, which is an overhead. Now you can do forward 4 right into trance, but that's extremely risky, and I would only do that if you really need to. You don't have any meter and you need to make a read to take the game or something like that. But most of the time I'll do forward 4 EX rune, just to keep it safe. That'll leave you at -1. I'll show you that one here. Same thing. I don't even do a hit into it. I just do the trance. 141. I'm gonna get the armor circle out afterwards for free. All fine and dandy. That seems to make sense. So those are your main ways that you're going to get your armor portal out. The only other way that you could do it is you could do 1-2 trance, which is a mid-low. Or I usually like to do 1-2 EX rune into trance. And that one you get a jump and punch. Guaranteed. 141. So the portal. So that's a good mix-up one, because you can do 1-2, or you could like 1 stagger into overhead, 1 stagger into low. And that's kind of 1-2 is a really good string for him as well, so make sure to throw that one in there too. And that's basically it for how to actually set up the portal. There's a couple different combos in the corner, but I'll be going through that as I go through all the armor circles and meter ceiling circles and chip circles. So the first one I'm going to go through is going to be his armor circle. So the armor circle that he has is down 3. What's the actual name of it? Dark Curse. I actually didn't know that. I just call it armor, the purple one, and then the chip one. That's what I refer to them as, but I guess I'll call them by their actual name. So Dark Curse, so that gives you 1 hit of armor. You can either use this to pressure in the corner, get safe mix-ups, or I usually use it for zoning mid-screen. So I'll sit over here, do a combo, and I'll just kind of throw projectiles, standing in their circle. They can't really throw anything back because you're going to win that trade. And if they like jump off an interactable or something at you, you still get a hit of armor, so you can easily anti-air them with standing 4 trance or back 1 trance or neutral jump punch or whatever you want. So it gives him like a ability to really just do whatever he wants and control the screen, because there's really no way for him to punish it. The exceptions to this would be teleport characters, specifically Scorpion, because he has a 2-hitting EX teleport. And Displacer Raiden, because he can teleport super fast and then hit you with a couple moves before you even get a chance to recover from like a skull or a rune or something. So you really have to be aware of the matchups that you're playing when you're going to go with the armor for zoning. Boom, 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 boom. So the other option to do is in the corner. He has probably one of the strongest corner games in the game. And the reason being is you can just go for like a basic combo. One. And now they can't really wake up. You're kind of they're stuck there. You can just do one thing I like to do is do 4-2-1-2-2 pressure, or for just 4-2-1-2. Just over and over again, because it's really good. Not only does it build you a lot of meter if they block it, but because you have that armor circle out, a lot of the times you can actually beat out a move that has 2 hits of armor on it, even if it's one that you wouldn't normally be able to beat out just by doing that string on its own. Like you can beat out Predator's Wake by doing that, but like Leatherface or something, you could just put that out and you get 3 hits before you can even get 2 on you, and it works really well to stuff wake-ups that you wouldn't normally be able to stuff. Alternatively, you could go for a mix-up, back 3-2-4, which is usually unsafe, but because you have the armor up, sometimes I'll set them to block here. They'll block it, I'll just do that, I'll just do immediately into that. Because they try and punish you, your armor eats their punish, and then you get another mix-up. You can also do the exact same thing into the overhead, just no chill. The reason that I like doing 1-2, or I'll just do standing 1, is sometimes they'll try to jump. And the standing 1 will catch them trying to jump, and then you can convert it 1-1-1-1-2 EX rune, or 1-2 trance, or whatever it is you want to do, to kind of catch them jumping out of the corner. So the main idea is that you get free mix-ups, basically. Sorry, I'm just looking at my phone. I got my notes on my phone for this video. I got the new iPhone, and it's never reads my stupid thumbprint. I don't know if you guys have problems with that, but anyway, it's stupid. So I'll show you a few combos here with Sorcerer Quan Chi. Okay, so here's some combos in the corner to kind of set it up. So I'll go off the low starter here. There's a jump punch or a trance. We do less hits before the trance to keep the gravity going, so we can get that. And then once you get the armor circle out, it's kind of a timing thing, and I'll show you there's a couple combos you can do that will run out the timer of the armor circle, so that you can actually, as soon as the combo's finished, immediately put another one up for free. So we go into this one, and we do this one, neutral jump punch, 4, 1, 4, trance. Then we do forward, 2, 1, 2, do. And by the time that whole combo was finished, that completely ran out the armor circle. They got a hard knockdown. Now they have to guess again. And I'll restart it here. And you can do the similar combo. 4, 2, 1, 2, 2. 1, 4, trance. 2, EX rune. 1, 4, 1. And get another armor circle. And you can just keep looping that over and over again. The only one that doesn't really work with is off the overhead starter. I mean, you can, but it's going to use 2 bars a meter for optimal, unless you just want to do raw forward 4 into trance, which, if they block it, they just have so much time to punish you that it's not really recommended. They can still get you out of your armor circle. So what I like to do is I like to do forward 4 EX Skull. And the reason that I do EX Skull instead of EX Rune is because not only is EX Skull plus 6 on block, but it doesn't scale as badly as the EX Rune does. So if you do forward 4 EX Skull, you can get, I think, about 43% 1 bar into a hard knockdown. Whereas if you did the forward 4 into EX Rune, it would scale your combo and you'd only get about 38 to 39 damage, which still isn't bad damage, but if you can get more for the same amount of meter, I would suggest you do it. So my combo is usually forward 4 EX Skull, 4 trance, do 1, 4, 1. Now you see I don't get the free armor circle at the end, but usually you can get a mix up on their wake up. So if you want to do the same combo, boom, 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 1, 4 trance, jump back, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, armor circle. 48%, 2 bars into a free armor setup. Not bad if you have all the meter to do it. But it depends. If it's going to kill him, if you think it's going to kill him, yeah, absolutely go for it. Alternatively, you could do that same combo if you're looking to steal their meter with the purple spell. But we'll go into that in a little bit. So that's basically the game plan. With if you're planning to use the armor circle, I would suggest trying to play more of a corner game. Get them into the corner, knock them down in the corner, put up your circle of love, and then just start having fun. More armor. Do it again. Oh no, I ran out of meter. I can't launch. I'm just gonna go for a reset. Oh, look at that. I got a reset. Boom, 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 boom. What? Oh, stole some of your meter. So you can see how that kind of links into some crazy stuff. So next I'm going to go over the black magic, which is also what I refer to as the purple spell. And like I mentioned earlier, this one steals all the meters. So again, I like to use it for zoning. I have a very specific strategy when it comes to using both of these together. I'm going to explain that at the end of the video, but for now I'm just going to show you a little bit. So you're zoning, and this is standard Quan Chi stuff, but for those that might not be aware, if you do a skull full screen and they block it, they have to block the rune right afterwards. That works amazing for the zoning in this variation. So if they do that, you hit them with a skull, then you hit them with the EX rune afterwards. Or you're stealing all to meters. Even on block, it steals actually quite a bit, because it still does steal their meter when they're blocking. Doesn't steal as much, but see, that was all pretty much guaranteed right there, and that's like all. See, I spent a little bit more meter than they did, but they're still full screen. They still have to guess. This is a good one to use to counter Scorpion. If he's close to a bar, you can kind of keep him on no meter, and then once you drain all of his meter, then you don't have to worry about the EX teleport, and then you can put up your armor spell and keep armoring until he gains enough meter to get a teleport. So that's really good use for this one. Mid-screen, other than the zoning, it's not really a whole lot that he has. There's one combo here that I found that works actually quite well mid-screen. 1-4 trance, and after the trance you can put up that and continue your combo at 1 bar, 32%, and you stole a bar and a half from them. So it's pretty good mid-screen stuff. You can also do there's a few resets and stuff out there. I'm gonna have to look for the combo videos for that. Not all of them are completely viable, I don't think. That's the only one that I found that's consistent for me. You can also do like EX rune into EX rune into EX rune into regular rune full screen and steal like all their meter if you want, if you have 3 bars, but I don't know, it's kind of ill-advised unless you know that you can keep them full screen and it's like the last round or something. But basically he steals the majority of the meter in the corner, so we're gonna head over to the corner now and I'll show you some stuffs there. Okay, so in the corner with the black magic is a little bit different than the dark curse, as you don't need to knock them down to set it up, and this adds a pretty interesting element to it, because then that eliminates their ability really to use wake up attacks. So by keeping them standing and keeping them in a reset, if they guess wrong, then they're going to lose more meter and more chances to escape. So I'll show you here an example. I'm going to do a combo, and instead of finishing the combo, I'm going to end it with a down 3. The down 3 gives me enough hit advantage to either do down 3 into a low or down 3 into an overhead. So it's a 50-50, or you can do down 3, 1, 2, you can do down 3 standing 1 overhead. You can kind of get where I'm going from. You can experiment with that yourself, but the main idea is that you get a reset into the portal again. So let's standard combo. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And you can end it in a skull if you want to leave them standing for even more damage or another reset, or you could just go straight into the down 3 again. It really depends on how you start the next kind of series of events. So, and with these combos, it's like the exact opposite of mid-screen. You want to hit them as many times before the trance as you can, because you're going to end your combo before the trance is over. So before you wanted to end your combo after the trance, so you didn't do many hits in the corner. You do as many hits beforehand because you're going to do your reset, so you want to get your max damage. So a max damage combo is this one here, into the reset, kind of go from there. And so, that's something that I should mention as well, is if you're going to use, like if you have the purple portal up, the purple portal, I believe, doesn't steal as much meter as the EX rune does. So when you're using the armor, and you use, how I was mentioned to use this one to keep yourself safe, it's going to be the opposite for this one if your goal is to steal meter, which it will be, because that's the whole reason you have it out. So you're going to use L4 EX rune. Oops, I dropped it there. I'll just restart it here. Hold on. This is exactly why I recorded all those other combos. 4, 1, 4 trance. Boom, 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 boom. So you stole almost 2 bars a meter with using 1 bar of your own. Just with using the EX rune, because it's 2 hits, right? As opposed to the EX skull, which is 1. So you're giving up a little bit more damage, but you're stealing their meter. And then after the skull, of course, you can do a mix-up if you want, or you can do this. And because you're stealing their meter, of course, I'm starting out with Raiden having full meter. They might have 2 bars. Then by the time you finish your combo, you end it with a skull. The skull is only +2, so they could try and beat you out with a poke, or they can try and jump or interactable or something. But if they have no meter, they can't armor, so you don't really have to worry about that aspect of it. And then they're still standing, so you can go for another mix-up. Overhead low, whatever, set up another portal, and then maybe that's when you decide to do this one, because you're going to go for the damage instead of stealing the meter, because they have no meter to steal. And then you set up the armor portal, and yeah, you kind of see where it's going from there. So that's the basic idea for the black magic. This is honestly my favorite one to use. It's just so much fun. I love the idea of seeing, like, you're doing a combo and you see they're almost at a breaker and you're standing in your circle, So you cut the combo short, instead of hitting them with the last hit, you just change it to a trance to steal their breaker away and then finish the combo off. It's just things like that that I just have so much fun with. The setups are infinite. I'm sure you guys could find tons of stuff that I haven't found yet and that aren't mentioned in this video, but you know, I really encourage you to go out and explore with that stuff because it's just so fun stealing meter. I've always loved it. Okay, so this final one here is called the Final Hex, I think. Yeah, Final Hex. And this is probably his least important one. Like I mentioned, it increases the amount of block damage or chip damage that you do. It used to be very, very good, like probably his best one early on in the game, but they've nerfed it to a point where it's not really, like just the changes that happened to Quan Chi, he doesn't really have anything guaranteed anymore. The only reason that I would really use this is if you need to chip an opponent out at the end of the match. So you can do like a big combo. So let's see here. I haven't really played around with this too much. So if you go 4, 2, 1, 2. So you're looking about probably, do the math here, I'm trying to do it as I go along, probably like 12-13% chip damage right there. So you can set this up with 1 bar, but you have to use the EX trance to do it. So you know, like this, EX trance, down 3 to reset them, and then kind of go into that. So if we look at this combo that we're doing here, before we do, so we got 28%, and then we do the down 3, so that's 29%. So we'll add in that to our 12% that we're doing of chip damage. Then we're looking at about, what, 42%, 41% with the chip, which isn't really that great, I don't think. I mean, maybe you could use 2 bars a meter, like let's see here. So there's 36%. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I did the wrong the wrong one. Boom, 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 boom. I remember that. So 37%, 37% plus our 12%. That's 2 bars for almost 50%, which you can get with your main combo anyways. I mean, you saw the 2-bar combo I did earlier for 48. So the reason that you would use this one over that one is for that reset. So you reset them, and then you're going to hope that they block. So you do this string into a skull, or this string into a rune. You can do EX rune if you want for a little bit of extra chip. But it just takes a lot of meter and a lot of resources to really set up. So again, you can use it to end the round, but outside of that, I mean, if you're zoning, full screen, I mean, if they move forward at all, they're kind of out of it, and you're just kind of exposed here, so it's not really that great for zoning. Again, maybe for chipping them out, but again, I wouldn't really use it for much. So just at the end of the round, if they're coming up on a breaker, like say they have a bar and a half, you just do the reset and you end it in chip so that they can't break it. And yeah, that's basically the only reason I would use that one. So my overall general strategy with Sorcerer Quan, it's quite matchup dependent, honestly, and it really depends on whether it's actually quite variable depending on whether I get the first hit or not. Because the first hit, you have the meter advantage. What I'll usually try and do for the first round is I'll get him with a mix-up, we'll do a combo, whatever. And I'll set this up, and I'll just hit him with runes over and over again. Just do the regular ones until they start to respect it, and then I'll start to enhance it. And basically, my whole goal for round 1 is to leave them with as absolute little meter as possible. And so I'll get them down to like, I don't know, maybe like a third of a bar or half a bar or something like that. And usually by the time I get them down there, like, my portal will run out, and once I get them to that point, that's when I put up the armor one and I'll start zoning. I'll start kind of getting them with that one. You know, you see that he's building meter as I'm hitting him and stuff, so... and then when I go into the second round I kind of just want to build as much meter as possible and avoid him from gaining any more. I don't really use the armor circle as much in this round as I would in the first round. because I just want to steal as much meter as I can. If I can win this round just by stealing meter and keeping him playing the whole round meterless, then I absolutely will. But if I'm about to die at the end of a round, I'll just throw this out and just throw it like a YOLO skull just to get a little bit of extra meter, even if I know that he's going to enhance Superman and take the round. And then the third round is kind of my mix of everything with a little bit more on the focus of armor. If I did a really good job in the second round of stealing his meter, then this round is going to be completely in my favor. Because I'm going to have all the meter, I have the armor circle, I can steal his meter if I need to, but he's going to have to work really hard to get like a breaker or anything, and if he uses any meter, then he's already way behind. So if we go to the right here, let's I'm going to do an experiment here with you guys. Bang, 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 bang your hot pockets already. Okay, so let's say we have him with, let's leave him with a little bit of meter, like just to be fair. Okay, so let's say we get him in the corner here. He's got a little bit of meter, and we get a combo on him. Let's do this one just for shits and gigs. Put up our armor circle. Boom, boom, boom. We've got 2 full combos on him. 2 full combos and a little bit, and he still hasn't built a breaker back. And that's leaving him with like half a bar meter. So basically, if you hit him once in the corner, it's death town. And that's where I think the purple spell, or the black magic, comes in handy. Because it really gets you, it's just little bits along the way, and then when it gets down to the final fight, you got all the meter to do enhanced moves, combos, stuff like that. He's got no meter for breaker. You see he built a bar. Maybe he decides to use that bar as a wake-up attack, and then there goes that bar meter. So you can kind of see how they work well together. You know, here he's almost at a breaker, so this would be a good chance for me maybe to put up that, and then do the chip to chip him out just before he breaks the breaker. All 3 of the spells kind of have their own uses, and it's all kind of putting them together and knowing exactly when to use which spell where. And that's why this variation is just so much fun. I honestly do think, this is saying this is a Summoner Quan Chi main, I actually do believe that this is his best variation. It's just, his offense is so good, he's got the armor, he can steal your meter, he can do ridiculous amounts of chip damage. It's just very strong. The only thing that I would say is it's not a secondary to Summoner, because they both do have kind of that same glaring weakness with once you knock them down, they don't really have a good wake-up attack. They have to rely on interactables like this one in the corner for defense. You can armor these ones, jump around. Armor Skydrop sometimes works, but not really. So it doesn't really help Summoner out in that department. Summoner is the reason I say that Sorcerer is better because it's a little bit easier to use, a little bit easier to set up. Once you get to the advanced stuff, like some of the strategies I was mentioning, then it kind of gets a little bit more difficult. But Summoner Quan Chi, for all the setups and stuff, it's quite high execution and game knowledge and some hard reads and stuff like that for zoning. So it's I don't know. I just find that Sorcerer is just overall better, not hugely better, but just probably the better variation as of this point. So, and that's basically it for this Sorcerer Quan Chi full guide here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything that I left out or anything that you want me to explain further, please let me know in the comments section, and I'll make sure to reply to anything that I missed. And let me know if there's any combos you found that are still easy to use that do a little bit more damage, or maybe give it a little better setup, because these are all my stock combos that I'm really comfortable with, that I find work really effectively. But of course, maybe there's other stuff out there that I haven't discovered yet. So please share with me and share with the rest of the Bonehawks here. And yeah, if you like the video, please subscribe, because we make guys like this all the time. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and I will see all you guys in the next video.